Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of The Testing Room, where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex, a.k.a. The Godfather.
I'm Christian, a.k.a. Pseudo45.
And I'm Preston, a.k.a. Funkadelic Jedi.
Yeah, and we have a brand new episode. As always, we like to kick things off and see what's going on over in Preston's Comment Corner.
Got all sorts of comments.
So let's start there. Do we?
Yes.
Right.
So we got essentially about 2 weeks worth of comments in here. So, all right. Starting off with Mr. Jake Odin. I'm prefacing this comment. It's going to sound like I'm being a douche. I'm not trying to be. Haha.
It's going to be directed towards me for sure.
You guys seem genuinely irked/upset when you have to fight an Arc Raider. So what do you want out of this game? Fighting is part of it. It's an extraction shooter. I get that some people are like, hey bro, I'm friendly. I'm just over here collecting my wires. But nothing is to stop everyone from saying that and then shooting you anyways. I'm sure these guys will talk about that later today in their week as well. You gotta keep that MF thang on you. If the PvP part of the game isn't for you, is there not a game out there that's like this and is just PvE? Yes.
So a couple of things. I agree.
Wait.
I don't mind the PvP part in Arc, but there are things in Arc that cannot be done soloed, right? Like, so some of the big, like the matriarchs, I guess theoretically they can be soloed, like the big matriarchs and stuff like that, but like, it's like
you gotta be really locked in. Like you gotta like wire zip up there and like glitch in and put deadline mines on top of it and stuff.
So there are things in the game that cannot be done or are not meant to be done solo. That's where I get irritated. Like, even on the same map, if you're nowhere near that big fight and like you roll up on somebody and they want to fight, like that doesn't even bother me that much. It's more of like when you go towards the matriarch, when you go to accomplish these like group tasks, that you run into the assholes that are like, I'm going to kill you from behind while you're working with the group to do other stuff. Other times I get the normal frustration of just like, oh, I died and I'm pissed. But like, I don't mind that aspect.
Yeah.
It's so to Jake's question, like where the actual frustration comes from is in doing the community-based things that you kind of need the community for, getting the one or two assholes that decide like, then I'm going to take advantage, which is kind of fucked up. And like, if we do that, you kind of fuck the event for everybody too. So it's not even like fun from my perspective. So that's where my main frustration came.
There's a couple things here, because actually right after we had this conversation, we ended up having a separate conversation where I discovered something, because I was thinking about this when we were talking about it, which is what Alex really wants is just a FPS MMO. He wants the promise of original Destiny. Sure. That's what he really wants.
That's what we decided.
Yes, that's what we figured out. It was like,
enough bullshit.
Yeah, that's what he wants. And so when he has those moments, especially like exactly what he's just describing, like with the matriarch or the queen events or everything like that, and those moments are then cut short by somebody coming in and sort of like ruining the fun, right?
Which is part of the game. Yeah.
That is where his like big frustration comes out, where it's like, I want to delete this whole fucking game, fuck you. He gets really mad. For me, I have a different thing where I just wish, like, I think I talked about it in that video, right? But like, part of the reason, and Jake and I ended up talking about this later, so I know that this will end up being a thing, but like, it was part of the reason why I enjoyed my time with Marathon so much, is that I think Marathon plays a lot better than Arc Raiders. Now, I know that Arc Raiders is playing the way that it's intended, right? Like, the developers were making all of that stuff feel heavy and clunky, you know, like on purpose, right? Like it's designed in that way. But I hate if I get shot in the back and then there is just fuck all I can do about it. Like, there are times where if you're in the right perfect scenario, you might be able to get away from somebody fast enough to be able to make a play and come back and get somebody who was trying to get you. But like 9 times out of 10, if you are in a room in this game and you are in a locker and somebody opens the door that you're in or whatever, to get the menu out of that loot locker to then spin around and see what that, it's too late. There's 3 shotgun blasts that have already hit you and your Raider Flare, you're dead. That's it, right? It's over. And so for me, I always, that's, if that happens to me, that's when I get frustrated, because I'm like, I just wish I want to be able to do more in those scenarios, which is why something like Marathon was really fun to play, because you do have different options. Like one of the classes, like I know that Jake was playing this one, but like you just straight up get a shield that you can put up and, you know, block some things. There's a class that goes invisible, and there's the healer class that can toss out some healing for people, you know, all sorts of different options, right? Now there are obviously different games and everything like that, but that was, I think, my frustration there, which was different from Alex's, which is that he just was like, when he is in those PvE moments, he wants a different game that doesn't exist right there. Yeah. Oh, and it actually doesn't exist right now, period, because since Destiny's dead,
he actually talked about the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, like he can't get this game right now.
And there's been some change since our conversation the other day too, in a couple of ways. Like, I got real fed up the other day, and I've just been on a chaos rampage of like nothing but PvP, like only going with free loadouts and just causing chaos because hurt people, right? So like the last few times I've been playing for the past couple of days, it's just been like chaos PvP to be an asshole. And I've had some funny moments from it. But the other thing is, you know, talking to Christian about, and Preston a little bit about Marathon, I loved Destiny PvP, and I was actually pretty good at it. Like, it was one of the few PvP games I've gotten really good at. You chose PvP. I chose PvP, yeah. And like, I think if I go to play Marathon, I would approach it with the understanding of this is the way everybody dies, right? Like that's PvP, which is not the way I approached Ark at the beginning. It was like, let's go have fun with buds and see what we can do and get in, get out. But like going in this one, knowing like PvP first, that different mentality, I will probably have more fun with it.
Sure. All right. Mm-hmm. Continuing on his comment, again, I'm not being a jerk. It just seems that week after week, when you guys talk about playing the game, it always comes up that you get mad when you have to fight somebody. Should I develop a game called Copper Wire Extractor? Would that go nuclear on the Steam shop? Okay, I had to add that part because I know Alex is going to come in with some snark. To say that, I say pick any shooter and 1v1 me, bro. Winky. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Yeah, I mean, if you want some PvP, Alex, I just checked. I had it on my wish list. Warhammer 40k Dark Tides is on sale for like $10, man. We can get some hordes in.
Yeah, it's still different though, right? Like, like that's the thing is that I know. Like, now to be fair, I do want to try Dark Tide because I do think it looks fun as hell.
Jake knows, like, I got super into Halo when we were playing Halo before we finally called it quits, and like I was playing it by myself like a lot, right? But that's what I think. There's not. I would play Destiny by myself in PvP a lot. Splitgate's not really there for me, and maybe I haven't put enough time in it with the community. But like that's what we were talking about the other night. Like that's what I think we're missing. Yeah. I'm not playing Call of Duty because fuck that game. Yeah. But beyond Call of Duty, like that's this whole like genre is kind of open right now. For, like, away from something that's a PvP shooter but not a hero shooter. So
sure. All right.
Yeah, I think with the Arc Raiders thing for me, I just think that I came to a different spot on it at the end where I was like, there was like other frustrations that were happening around that game that were causing it was not being focused in the right areas. Like I know, which I think we did talk about in that last episode, but I was like, I think like I still right now even I do not like the progression of that game. Like going through doing those missions where there's just fuck all happening, and
we haven't even finished it.
No, and I think that the world that they've built in that game is very cool. Like I love the idea of what they've done, but I feel like they've done nothing to capitalize on it whatsoever. Now, that can change, right? Because it's a live game, and so like, you know, Preston was even talking to us the other day or last night, I think, about like some
UFOs showing
weird
up
shit
in
that was
the
happening.
hurricane
Yeah.
map, and it just has that like very much Helldivers feel of like, oh shit, stuff's popping off. Let's start dropping in some story beats, like some things to like entice you of the world. But it's very like vague and very like you find out for yourself or within like online articles.
Right. So who knows? Like that could change, right? Like they could start doing some of that stuff more. But I think honestly, the most interesting part of that game is not the PvE. It's not the PvE for me anyway. It's not the story missions or anything. It is the social experiment aspect of the game. I think approaching it from that way is a better way to then have fun with it instead of me getting mad at it for being something that it's not, like, or that it's not designed to be, right? Because like I said, that was my biggest takeaway from Marathon, was me having the ability to fight back better in scenarios. Then I was like, oh, okay. Because then even if I still die, I'm like, well, whatever. I just, whatever. You just lost that exchange. There's nothing you can do.
So therefore you have things to work with that on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sad I missed the Marathon beta, because there are things I don't love about Marathon. Like, the neon style is meh to me. I miss the scale. I think I'm going to miss the scale of what Ark has, like with the big mechs and stuff.
There's still big maps, but it doesn't feel as big as Ark for sure.
It's not. Yeah.
But I do think that first-person gunplay will feel better than the third-person over-the-shoulder gunplay, because that can be kind of clunky on Ark, right? Like getting into a gunfight. I got into a gunfight with somebody the other day, and they ran behind something, and like because you're over the shoulder third person, like it's hard to see around, right? It's kind of clunky. So I think I'll actually enjoy the marathon shooter aspect of that. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Continuing on, Tori chimes in on BioShock Part 3. She also got Old Blood Part 1 comment here too. So shows you how long it's been since we've been able to look at comments. I think my favorite part of the Fontaine boss fight is at the end when all the little sisters come crawling out of the walls to stab him with their atom guns to drain him of whatever he has left. Overall, the last part was pretty straightforward of where to go and what to do, but not a total fan of open-ended interpretation of becoming a big daddy, but not. And since I got the good ending, it was even more confusing. I don't think we have actually speak as Jack in the game, so having us change our voice seems kind of silly. Also, with the good ending, did Jack like inherit the 5 kids to take care of? And when he went back to the surface, are they children still who took care of them? Did I drop them off at another orphanage? I feel like Jack was not equipped to suddenly be a dad to a handful of saved little sisters, and would raise a lot of questions of suddenly having children.
I mean, that part's true because he was like 2.5 years old, so he definitely was not equipped to have kids. But he did adopt them and give them give them a good life.
Yeah.
And
I will say that comment, I think, encapsulates the Ken Levine experience of being down and being like, you know what? I don't know if I'm a fan of what this is, like what's going on. And it's like, that makes sense.
Game, yeah. Also, why were there so many dead cats in Rapture? Only cats and bees, the only living creatures brought down to Rapture. Besides people, of course, because, odd choice there. Also, thank you, Travis, for calling it out. We literally met, every behind-a-wall glass in this game. Gave a lot of we're in the fishbowl type of vibes. Got annoying real quick. But overall, as first time playing this game, I did really enjoy it. Rapture as a whole was a cool set piece. Each location was different and unique, and they always gave you something to look at and make you want to know what was like when everything was up and running. The story itself could very easily get lost if you did not pick up and listen to the audio logs and didn't accidentally cut off the audio logs by doing something to where leading up to the confronting Andrew Ryan and later Fontaine gives you whiplash or confusion on what exactly is happening with the dialogue is triggered. Overall, I give BioShock 1, I almost said 1 out of 5. I give BioShock 1 a 3.5 out of 5. Okay. I would say Big Daddies, but that sounds inappropriate. Plasmids. For a first-time BioShock player and really knowing nothing about the other games in the series, I don't think it was a bad game. To me, it could just use a bit of TLC on the story and plot points made the lore dump a bit better, but I can see overall why you would love this game so much, Alex. See you next time, Tori.
So all the dead cats were in reference to the apartment when we go to that Apollo Square and stuff. There are dead cats everywhere.
Are there? I didn't even notice them.
I can kind of answer the glass thing. I think. Oh, they were everywhere. So I think I can answer, at least in my opinion, the reason. I think there's two reasons why you see everybody behind glass. One is a period of time reason, because as we saw Andrew Ryan close up, you can't render those people great. Right? Like, they don't look great. You don't have to worry about really pretty
just
faces on
glass. Like, it's not a far difference.
There is, because they're not detailed behind the glass. You never see anybody super detailed. The only person you see super detailed is Andrew Ryan.
That's fair. Yep.
And he's not great. Everybody else is Splicer, and they're all effed up anyway. So I think that's one reason. The other, I think, is just the whole, like, you don't know who to trust. You can't see them that close up. They're keeping everybody separated. So it's kind of that, just like a storytelling mechanic of, like, you're seeing everyone behind a wall, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're trying to figure out who's telling the truth and who's not. So I think it's a little bit of like a storytelling plot device. But the other thing is probably also legit of, we would have to do more to make these people look good. If you could see us up close, walk around, see us from every angle, right? Versus just like behind glass, we can do it.
To be fair, I think that studio was never, like, they never really made great looking things anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Like, from a fidelity standpoint, like, obviously the art design of Rapture is great, but I just mean, like, from a fidelity standpoint.
Sure. Sure.
Moving on, Travis chimes in on the part 3 of BioShock. I just played BioShock 1 for the first time 2 weeks ago, inspired by your video game book club episode. Having only experienced BioShock Infinite previously, it's remarkable how well it holds up in 2026. The opening Bathysphere ride, accompanied by that iconic voiceover revealing Rapture, stands as one of the most memorable introductions in gaming history, in my opinion. I think we all agree. Arcadia was my standout area for its striking shift in atmosphere, overall vibe, complemented by the Art Deco steampunk aesthetic, immersive environmental sound design, and a banner soundtrack. The pacing is tight without overstaying its welcome, and the combat feels surprisingly fluid for its era, with each weapon and plasmid carrying distinct weight and personality. The "would you kindly" twist landed perfectly despite the game's age and potential for spoilers, while the audio diaries and window-bound character interactions richly fleshed out the lore. Its core, Rapture's failed utopia, where the pursuit of a perfect society erodes free will, fuels addiction, and enables control, resonates deeply in today's world, mirroring my own frustrations with corporate burnout and the endless rat race. It weaves these themes naturally without feeling heavy-handed. I give it a 3.8 out of 5, and good choice for the book club. Now on to more Wolfenstein.
See, ChatGPT gets it.
I was going to say, Preston, all I can say is, dude, it sounds like the check cleared, dude. Alex paid.
I know.
This guy gets it.
Yeah.
No, so Travis and I were
so much
talking
he put
about
a
it.
0.8 at the end of his 3.
Travis and I were talking about it when he beat it. I was surprised because, like, Christian had forgotten the twist of, like, the "would you kindly." Preston didn't know it. Travis also didn't know it. So it is kind of astounding that, like, this many years later,
break somewhere.
Yeah, it didn't break through. It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to Tori's second comment for Wolfenstein: The Old Blood Part 1. I would like to go to Castle Wolfenstein, please. It looks so freaking beautiful, just like the first game. Gorgeous all around. Everywhere in the castle you went through was details galore and no empty or dead spaces everywhere you looked. It had such cool things to look at, minus the Nazis. I appreciate that game, even though it came out after the first game, is a prequel, did not give you better weapons, tech, or enemies that are more advanced than the first game, but did give you something new, like the pipe and climbing mechanics. The pistol grenade launcher, I will come back to you on that one. That is, I feel, a better weapon. I really like that one.
That one is awesome.
Yes, it's great. It's a good addition. It really is impressive how easy it is to hate the bad guys in these games so far. They don't even have to say anything. And when you first see them, you, as BJ, are like, yeah, I want to punch you in the face many times. I loved part 1. I'm sure I will enjoy part 2 just as much. We'll see. I am sure Wolfsburg will be just as visually appealing, it definitely is, as the first part of the game has been, and I truly appreciate that. See everyone in part 2, Tori. P.S. If y'all are going to co-op the future Wolfenstein game, I humbly request a nice clip package of the best and most fun moments of everyone playing together, because I am going to assume with everyone's personalities here, it would be entertaining time. Yes, I will definitely be at least recording who I play with, because that's what I do with all these gameplay that you see in our video game book clubs. Those are so far have been all of mine except for I think one, which was the Prince of Persia one, and one of the Metro ones because I lost the footage. So yes, when we play that future one, the New Blood, I think it's what it's called. I will be recording whoever I'm playing with, and we'll have fun with that. You know what? I may even, in fact, just go ahead and we'll do it in Discord. Hell, we might even do it on a stream. Who knows? We'll get there when we get there, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. And I think just like Doom, like it's a great choice to use Nazis or demons, because in every room you immediately go into to go, I'm here to destroy. Right? Yeah, it puts you in the mood, and you can do goofy stuff you could never do, but like you don't need to give your protagonist reasons. You just go demons, Nazis, and they're like done, right? So it's a great way to do it.
All right, so then we got 2 more comments here, both from the No Bad AI for Xbox weekly prologue last week. So I appreciate you both chiming in. Love to see new viewers. We got X Carnus. Just found this channel. Love the content. Keep it up, boys. Will do.
Thanks.
And then next we got Mr. Monster Man. Sadly, Xbox has become somewhat of a laughingstock to the gaming public. Do you know a single person who uses Xbox as their number 1 primary console? If so, likely very few. I don't know a single person. I have a couple of people I know who do play, Xbox regularly. To be fair, a lot of those do have a PlayStation as well, but it depends on what TV they're going to be sitting at the day, right? So it doesn't really matter to them.
What was this one in reference to?
So we talked about the Xbox switching over
person.
As far as like
right.
hierarchy.
Yeah.
As far as president, whatever. But yeah, it's he's just saying that he's like thinking that it's a laughing stock, and do you actually know anyone who uses it as like their main console?
That's a great point, because I don't know that I do.
Yeah, I have one person who I know loves Xbox. Adam, if you're listening, what's up, dog? But he's my childhood friend. He loves Xbox. He's been a ride or die for it for a long time. He will probably continue to go with it and want more Xbox stuff, but I feel bad for him if they're going to go the way they're going, because it seems like it's in a bad way. So
the only person I know is my cousin, who you both have met. Mm-hmm. And he, when I sent him that news story that we talked about in there, he basically just messaged me back and was like, Xbox is dead.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I haven't talked to my friend.
Who knows, right? Like, who knows? We all could be super wrong. I don't see that happening, but
I'll update you next week with how my friend, who is an Xbox fan, I'll ask him and see how he feels about it. We'll get his comment on it, because he's the only person I know.
Christian and I just had a long conversation about it yesterday, and it's just one of the things where it's like, it's hard to say Xbox is dead, because on the flip side, you have Sony going behind making decisions, because they're like, well, what are you going to do? Everybody is saying Xbox dead. Like, are you going to go over there? No. But like, that's also a surefire way to kind of shoot yourself in the foot. So it's hard. And who knows? Like, I don't know where they're going to go. Right? I don't see, if you're going to start introducing like the Windows environment and all the AI stuff that comes with it into the Xbox interface, and you're not focusing on exclusives, and you're not doing stuff for the gamers, and you're not focusing on new hardware, like, it's hard to see a way back, but Sony at the same time is doing plenty of things to piss people off this week. I know, so who knows?
It's so funny because the news story is like Sony they canceled all of their active PC ports.
Yeah, so they're gonna be exclusive again as far as their main.
So it's all exclusives again. They're not doing them to Steam anymore. It's not happening. So they've already refunded, like, people who had pre-ordered Soros on Steam. Mm-hmm. That's refunded. You can't do it anymore. It's taken. Okay. Yeah.
Ghost of Yote is not coming, so I guess I'm just never going to play that game ever. Never going to play it now. Yep.
So, they did that, and I think, they declined to comment when they were asked by Jason Schreier, like, why are you guys doing this and everything. But, the general, like, boilerplate answer he was getting from people on the internals was that there was 2 things. One, they were citing not a ton of profits, like they didn't think that the games were selling that much on Steam, and it wasn't viable. And then B was in the future, it seems as though the rumor, now this new CEO could change it, but the rumor for the next Xbox console for the longest time was that it was going to mirror what their things have been so far with like the ROG Ally and stuff, like their handheld things, where it's just basically like a handheld computer that has the Xbox Game App stuff on it. It can also run Steam. It also runs GOG and Epic and all the other shit, right? And so they've seen pretty good success with that, and so it seems like that's the way that they're going. Now, we talked about that ages ago when we figured that that's where they were going to go, if they were even going to do another one, is that they would partner with people to try and make these, or, you know, maybe they still make their own. But it would be, they're going to try to push this. That is, they want one cohesive ecosystem where all of this shit is an Xbox and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And so the report that got back to Jay Schreier was that Sony just wasn't in love with the idea of somebody being able to load up Steam on whatever the new Xbox product is and play one of their games. Sure. I, personally, this is just my take. This is not, you know, there's no basis for this other than my hatred for these companies, which is that I don't think that's what Sony's plan was at all. I think Sony can use those as convenient excuses. I think it's much simpler. It's that Microsoft, which we've said this before too, is the undisputed king of slamming their own dick in a door every year. Like it's even when we are recorded on the internet with audio singing the praises of Xbox earlier in this generation because of the things that they were doing with all the backwards compatibility stuff and not being shitty on all these other practices and Game Pass being cheap and all these things. And now, in fairness, we did say that, you know, it was like, for right now, it's really good and this is the place that, you know, play blah, blah, blah. And just, it was handed to them. And they, once again, fuck it up. Just like coming out of the 360 generation. Even though the PS3 ended up overtaking the 360 by the end of that generation, if you ask anybody who was playing games back then, the thing that they most remember the PS3 and 360 generation for is the 360. Period. That's it. And that's despite all of the shitty fucking Red Ring shit that they did and finding out they knew about that before they launched it and all that other stuff, right? They still technically won. And then they come out and do the online only, no used games, blah, blah, blah. Boom. Just might as well fucking hand the next thing to Sony on a silver platter, right? That follows them all the way up until this current generation, in which they had a section, a similar thing again, where Sony took over shitty messaging and they were like, oh, here we are. And they got all of these people to come over and be excited just to fucking rug pull them as soon as they got them again. And so I think Sony's at the point now where they see this and they're just like, well, what are you guys going to do? We're going to go back to making exclusives, and you, the consumer, are going to be able to do fuck all about it. Your only option will be to buy a PlayStation, and if you don't want to, then you won't play our games. And it's that simple. And if you're okay with that, then cool. But chances are that eventually we will make a game that is going to hit the right way, that you are going to say, I need a PS5 or I need a PS6, right? Like it's that, you know, they feel confident in that. And if Microsoft continues to go down this path, like say the next one is just this AI shitty box, are they wrong? Like maybe the three of us won't, right? Yeah. Like maybe we won't, but like most people, especially given that buying a PC right now is the most unattainable it's ever been, and the next closest thing you could do is getting a Steam machine at $1,500 fucking dollars. And so if the PS6 comes at any price lower than that, most people are just going to go pick that up because it's going to be the easiest way, the lowest barrier of entry to get into games.
Sure. And most people don't give a shit about AI one way or another. In fact, most people like it. I had to sit through a Teams meeting today at work, and they're like, which AI do you like better? Do you like ChatGPT better or Copilot better? I'm like, I want to be out of this conversation all fucking together. I don't know why I'm here.
I know.
I hate it. And people the problem is,
I don't love any of them, but I like the one that isn't giving data to Palantir. So which one of you are that one?
And then you go, oh, is it none of you? None of you?
Nobody. Okay. Great.
Yeah, I think the problem is that the three of us specifically too, just given how we are far too tapped in to some of that stuff. Like, I think it is not surprising to me that most people are just very nonchalant about AI
It's not gonna
because
affect them.
They
have fun with it,
right? And also they've done a great job at marketing it, right? Like, you just sit there and there are things that they have hidden behind a generative AI thing that people have been asking for forever, which is like if you ask your given phone's virtual assistant for something, right? And you're like, oh, tell me the blah, blah, blah of blah, 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 like whatever it is, right? Most of the time, the answer that you get back is probably not the one you're looking for. But when you have something that is just very quickly, ripping through the entire internet to throw something back at you, and you get what you're asking for, it becomes a convenience thing, and everyone's just like, this is great, this is exactly what I wanted, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And, some of the environmental concerns with AI breaks through, and some of the privacy stuff breaks through, but for the average person, they just don't care. Like,
I know so many people. I've heard it so much this week. Like, even like people in my family, parents and stuff, that'll be like, I'll just ChatGPT it. It's like, whatever happened to just Googling it, right? Like, because ChatGPT is
just searching for it in general.
Half the time it's wrong, and then I have to go further down the Google page. Like, Google page 2 is now like the place you go. But it's crazy how, to your point, it has broken through, and they're attacking it from all places. So if it's not if it's not the personal like assistant for work, it's the browser. If it's not the browser, it's the fun little like robots or AI assistants that are going to sit on your desk now that they put out. Like, there are 1 billion of them at CES this year. Like, have an assistant at your desk just to like occupy you and keep you entertained, which by the way, on GitHub is going to be some really creepy things eventually on that. But then, like, if it's not that, it's just like different AI features coming to video games. Like, NVIDIA is pushing out AI features and assistants. So just like in the gaming space, is how can we attack you from every single angle with AI? Like, oh, you might not like this one, but have you tried this one? Or like, you might not like it here, but what about this place in your life? It's just like, can we stop? Can we stop?
Yeah, and they've made it, it's like the constant thing, like the in-shitification of all of our, the term that gets used, where it's like of all of our things. Like, the problem is that we're at the point now, and we've been here for a while, but like, all we are getting from tech companies in general is selling us solutions to problems they created. Like, the internet, browsing the internet in general is so horrific right now in trying to find, like, I spent about 24 hours this week de-AI-ifying as much as I could my entire computer setup, like getting Copilot, all the shit out of Windows and running all this stuff to get there, getting a browser that doesn't have any of that stuff attached to it, and getting a search engine that also doesn't have anything that attached to it. So then, now I'm like, great, I'm not participating in this anymore, and it feels, that's where I'm at. This feels great. And then I go to use it to go search, and it takes me like probably on average at least 5 to 8 minutes longer than it would if I was just using these things, because I have to search through now a bunch of AI generated links and articles and everything on the results page that are all stolen. I clicked through 4 websites earlier trying to find something, and all of them were copy and pasted of each other, just different domains, different links and everything. It was all the same shit, like format and everything. It's just a different domain. And someone was like, yep, that'll work, cool, done. And then they just put it in there. And it took me forever to finally get to a thing that I was looking for, that I was like, right, there we go. This is what I was looking for. And that did not used to be the case, but right now, if I were to do that before, or with us, like with AI or whatever, someone would be like, well, it would comb all these links for you and then just surface the information. It's like, right, but I didn't used to have to do that. But then you created this thing that created a bunch of garbage out there, and now you're selling me this thing that has to sift through the garbage for me. And it's like, but this problem didn't exist until you dumped a bunch of garbage in my lap. And then now I need something to sift through all of it because you put it here. Like, it's just, yeah, I love what I do currently, and I'm good at it and all of this other stuff. But Jesus Christ, dude, there is days and times where I just want to be out of tech entirely. I want nothing to do with it anymore. Like, it is so, like, even today, I had like 5 AI related things happen that I was dealing with, and I just was like, I want to rip my eyeballs out. Like, I just was like, I want to, like, like commit seppuku in the middle of the office to show it, like, to protest what is happening here. Like, it's so annoying. And these rich fucking losers won't just, like, let us live. Like, it is like, I made this comment to Alex about this video that I saw on Gamers Nexus, and I maybe I've mentioned it here before, but check them out if you haven't. They do great reporting. But it's like, the phrase is like, the horrors will continue to persist until shareholder value increases. And it's true. Like, these rich people are just like holding us hostage and being like, the longer you struggle, the worse I'm going to make it until you pay me money. Like, and that's really how it comes off. And it's just like, fuck, man, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Like, God, it sucks.
Thank you for joining our AI TED Talk today.
Yeah.
So, Preston, you live over there?
I am right here.
What we got up next? Is that everything?
That's it. Let's wait for comments.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's get to that was like a prologue in itself. Let's get to our weeks. Thank you all for all the comments, and thank you. I don't want to be one of those guys to be like, we only care about the new people, but like, thank you to the new people for commenting. That was cool. Thank you to the people that always comment. That is also very cool. But yeah, there's that.
Yeah,
so let's get into
And it's nice to see that the check cleared for Travis.
Mm-hmm.
It's, sometimes you gotta, he gets it. Sometimes you gotta slide somebody a little something, grease those palms, but eventually you'll get it. BioShock's the greatest game ever made. Anyway, so who wants to start off with their weeks?
I can go.
Sure.
Yeah. So, honestly, I played, we talked about it a little bit already, played some Marathon. I played that Server Slam that happened. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with that. I know that it's out today. I know that a ton of people are playing it. It'll be interesting to see when the actual reviews come out, because no one got any early access to like see all of it. So it'll be a little while before like full reviews actually hit.
It came out
to see what the full
today.
product was like. Mm-hmm. Yep. Launched today.
Recording. Yeah.
It is interesting with the most people that had they had more active players during the Server Slam than like Ark and anything else. Right now, it's a very positive, but only 1,800 reviews seems low.
Yeah.
Like user reviews, maybe?
Yeah, user reviews.
Yeah, on Steam. Yeah. I mean, but part of that is like, the user reviews. Yeah, it just depends on. I know Steam charts might have like the actual current player base or whatever. I don't know. I think that I'll be very interested to see how the progression and everything of that actually, if they end up sticking the landing on that, and how people feel about like the full on loop, like what happens when you get to the end, right? Like when there's no story missions, there's no contracts left, there's no whatever. Yeah, I enjoyed how it played. I talked about it a little bit already. And then still playing on that Diablo 2 grind. I'm in the middle of Hell difficulty right now. I took a little break from that to start and finish something, because it's been a little bit since we recorded. Resident Evil 9 Requiem is done. I finished that today, just a few hours ago. And I loved it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I liked it better than 7. I liked it better than 8. And I thought, I won't go too much into it because it's, you know, a spoiler for obviously the very wacky and ridiculous world of Resident Evil, but still, it's still pretty new. So I'll just say that I immensely enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was so good. Honestly, I only have a couple critiques, which is that I thought the early... I'm trying to think about the best way to say this. The early Leon parts were a little short for me. I have it on good authority from Preston that it sounds like it's because I played the game a little differently than everybody else. Yep. So that's fine. But I felt like I was only in control. It was honestly giving me a little bit of flashbacks to like Zack's parts in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where I would just like walk for a little bit and then it would be like, okay, you're done.
Maybe not that bad, but yeah.
It wasn't. No, definitely not that bad. I was saying it was just those early parts, right? And then you get a big Leon chunk later, and I was like, okay, this is cool.
For those of you who don't know, like there are parts you go back and forth between the two protagonists. Sometimes you start off as the girl who like does a little more, you know, she's slower. She doesn't have like the action cool things that Leon can do. But Christian was going through and just marking all the zombies in a location. And then Leon is the next character you play as in that same location. And those zombies are dead on the ground. So I think a lot of people would try to subdue or just get past those enemies. So a lot of the gameplay I was seeing was of Leon kicking the shit out of people like in these like entire levels. And I'm watching Christian play it. And he's like, no, everyone's dead. I'm just going around picking up whatever I haven't picked up yet. I'm like, oh shit. All right. Yeah, that's a little different than what I've seen a lot of people play. For sure.
Yeah. So there's that. And then the only other critique that I think that I would say is that I think there's a boss at the intro of Leon's big section that I think is less cool than all the other ones that are in the game. That's about it. Otherwise, I think everything was great. It just kept building in such a nice way for me to get to that ending that I thought was just awesome. It gave me everything that I wanted out of it. It was great reveals, people doing cool stuff, everything. It was awesome. And I think that's it.
Nice. Yeah. All right, Preston, you want to go?
Sure. Definitely, like I said, played the beta with Christian, or Silver Slam of Marathon with Christian. Yeah. I had some fun with it. It's very PvP centric, so the only reason I would be getting it is if these guys wanted to play and I get in with it with them. Gameplay felt great. I just don't know if I care to get in. I'm not very good at PvP games. I played Halo with you guys before and Destiny with the PvP. Like, you guys know I'm not very great at these PvP games. But if I can roll in with my friends who are better than me, I might have a better time. So we'll see how that rolls out when we get to that. And then I'm very close to finishing New Game Plus of Kirby Air Riders. I tried to finish it last night, but I didn't do it because I wanted to go to bed. And then did some dabbling with the Next Fest demos. All these may not be up, but feel free to go check them out. See, maybe you might be able to have the demos still up. I know some of them are still up when I checked it today. But played the Scott Pilgrim EX, which I mentioned beforehand. I also played the Replaced and the Dench Attack game. But the ones I didn't mention last time were I played Vampire Crawlers. So this is from the people who made Vampire Survivors. This is a dungeon crawler. So you press forward, you go up, you see enemies, and you kind of use cards to kind of do out your abilities and your attacks. So if you like Vampire Survivors and you're curious about this one, I say go look at a trailer. If you think that piques your interest a little bit, then check out the demo if it's still out there. If not, maybe watch some more videos to see if it's something that you'd be into. If it's cheap and I just need some background game, I might pick it up, but I'm not the biggest fan of the crawling aspect of this. I like Vampire Survivors as just like move my character around, it's shooting things out, I'm collecting things as I go. This has a slower pace for sure. And I'm just not a big fan of card games in general, outside of my addiction to Snap at one point. I am just not a big card game guy. So When you're like, hey, we're going to do this attack with cards, or hey, we're going to do this tactical game with cards. I'm like, couldn't you just have an attack button there for me? And couldn't we just do it that way? But you have cards. For some reason, cards just don't vibe with me.
That's so funny because this totally worked for me. Like I was like, oh, I could get into this.
Nah, we'll see. I mean, it's Vampire Crawler. It's from the same people, so I know it's going to be a cheap game. So I might jump into it one of these days. It wasn't a bad game. I had fun with it. I just don't know if it's what I would choose to do. And we have Wild Blue Skies. Jake, this one is for you. This is a Star Fox-like. You play as a doggo who is in a space fighter along with your other animal friends, and you're going off and shooting just like you would in Star Fox, on-rail shooter. So I had a lot of fun with it. It looks really great. I had this on a wish list for like a year or two, and I never saw a trailer or anything like that for it. I'm like, I'm just going to take it off the wish list. I don't think this game's going to be made. And then a demo was out in the Steam Next Fest, so I'm like, oh, dope. I did like how it played. I thought it was a little weird. So when you play Star Fox, you have the shoot the laser button, but if you hold on to it, it charges up and you can shoot like a homing laser at someone, right? This one has a separate button for that charge up shot, which feels odd to me. Other than that, it plays exactly like a Star Fox game. The boss they had at the end of it it leaves something to be desired. So it's kind of this like aquatic thing, like something that comes out of the water. It's got two like tentacle arms that you're trying to shoot and like a main face area that's like its weak point. I shot down all the tentacles, so you shoot the face and you get halfway through for phase 2, and then all of a sudden you have like 4 tentacles with the faceplate, but you can shoot the faceplate now. I went after all the tentacles first, and then the face was just sitting there going back and forth, and I was just lasering it. I'm like, this is what we're doing? This is what we're doing. Okay, this is what we're doing. Just going to sit here and wait for this spongy boss to be done because he's not putting up any more tentacles. There's no lasers being shot at me, no nothing. So it's a little rough around the edges, but it looks great. It plays decently enough. I'm very curious to see how it ends up being and when it actually comes out. So we'll see when that happens. And then lastly for the demos, I played another one called Super Alloy Crush. This is like a beat 'em up style. I like the artistic style of it. It's got a little bit of fan service with it, but it's not like, a porn game or anything like that. But if you go to the pause menu, the pixelated girl is like just kind of doing like one of these numbers like this, and it's moving around extravagantly. So it's a little weird, but like as far as everything else, nothing gets too pervy or too fan servicey. So I think I liked it and enjoyed it. I want to see what we got more of it. So I had a fun time with it. I enjoy beat 'em ups, so that was a good one.
Yeah.
Lastly, it started off as a dabble, it'll probably be more than that. But Nintendo or the Pokemon company announced a whole bunch of stuff. They announced the new Gen 10 that's coming out next year, which looks cool. Waves and Winds. But they also dropped that they are putting out the advanced game, which is Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, onto Nintendo Switch. Not as the Nintendo retro collection kind of deal that you get with the yearly pass. This is a $20 game drop. So I bought Leaf Green, been playing a little bit because I never played I guess you call this like enhanced, not a remake. Would you call this a remake of Red and Blue?
Yeah, they're remakes.
It's a remakes of Red and Blue, which I never played. So I was a big fan of Red, Blue, and Yellow back in the day, and I never played these remakes. So I'm excited to get into that, playing a little bit of it. I forgot about the grind. I forgot that this game does not have, hey, we're going to level up all your characters or Pokemon at once while you fight. No, you're going to have to do the whole... I'm going to put this one at the beginning, and as soon as I start the battle, I'm going to put him back in, bring in my big hitter, and we're going to get some experience for that other little guy so he can get leveled up. So, forgot about that. I'm getting back into that. Nostalgia juices are there. I'm enjoying it. So, but yeah, other than that, that's all the games I played. Scrubs was great. Love the new 2 episodes of Scrubs they put out. If anyone is curious, definitely go watch it if you enjoy Scrubs. Watch the 3rd episode tonight. And yeah, I'm very excited about that show. They did it justice. I was a little worried, but it looks to be good. So very excited about that.
Nice. I just finished season 9 last night.
Yeah.
So I will start the new show today.
You got 3 episodes.
Probably when Allie is gone. So there's that. Christian, just so you know, on Steam charts, Marathon is number 11 right now. 83,000 people playing. 86,000 hot peak today. Puts them, at 11th.
That's not bad.
Oddly... Just for fun, so Arc Raiders is number 3. Does anybody want to guess what the number 1 game on Steam charts is, just for funsies? Has nearly 1 million people right now, and its 24-hour peak was 1.5.
Is it like a PUBG kind of game?
It is a shooter, and it is a military shooter.
Bells.
Is it Counter-Strike?
It's Counter-Strike 2.
Counter-Strike, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's free and Counter-Strike is huge. Like
it's just insane. A game at that age is still like 1.5 million people in the last 20.
They keep reiterating and doing things with it recently, so yeah.
And honestly, dude, you'll never. The thing is the biggest thing about that game is that it is also like a fucking insane money laundering scheme, basically. Like the gambling that you can do in that and the money that you can spend and some of the items and like the unlocks that you can get in that game, you will just never be able to get people turned off of that. Like it's just the people who play Counter-Strike, it is in their veins.
It's there for good.
Like
there's only a couple of there's only like 2 non like kind of shooter games in there right now. At number 9 is Resident Evil Requiem. At number 7, a game called Bongo Cat.
Right on.
Bongos on cat.
Free on Steam. It's a cute little chibi cat. It's just hitting a couple bongos.
Sure.
Don't know what it is. So
I wonder if it's like an idle game that people have running or something like that.
It just came out today, so everyone's jumping on it to see what it is.
Maybe. So anyway, I played nothing. Just so you know, I've been very busy. Allie and I traveled this past week.
Went to London.
We did go to London. We went to London under the guise of, I know, I do one accent of an Irish guy in a BioShock game and I get shit, but Preston just drops his London accent. Okay. Anyway.
To be fair, his London accent was perfect.
It's pretty good. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, we went to London in the guise of a Liverpool game. It was great. It's fun. Unfortunately, because of that, like, I took my Steam Deck, never pulled it out, didn't play once. So yeah, I've done nothing. I did some Ark, being back the past couple of days. Before I left, I played Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo.
The demo.
For about an hour. I had a blast with it. I want to dive into it more, and that'll be a pickup for me.
Sure.
Like,
good.
It is Monster Hunter. It is pretty. It's got all the monsters in there, but there's more to it, right? Because it's more of just RPG. So like, I'm excited to play that one.
Good.
But that's all that I did. I will report on Marathon next time we get together, because now that I know it's out, I'll buy it. I have 2-hour return window at Steam. I'll try it out. We'll catch up, see what I think.
When we all play together, I'll do the same.
Yeah. So we'll check that out. But that's all I've done, guys. I've done nothing else.
I want to say there was one instance of me hanging out this week when you were playing Arc Raiders that I just want to tell you that I thought was so fucking funny, which is actually part of the social aspect of the game, which is that, so Alex mentioned before that he was, in his hurt people era, and he was doing this whole thing, but what got him there was that he was playing and he was trying to channel our boy Preston. He's trying to be nice, he's trying to be chill with people
you want to see,
and every single time he would be like, yeah, man, no, I'm cool if you're cool. Like, if you want to fight, we can fight. But if you just want to be cool, like, let's be cool. And everyone would be like, oh, yeah, I'm cool. And then Alex would be like, all right. And then they would walk past each other, and the person would spin around and just fucking light him up. Alex would be dead. And then he would be like, all right, never again. I'm not doing this again. And then he would load in again. And then somebody would be like, yo, I'm friendly. And he would have the gun aimed. And I told him, I made this joke where I said, I know that the trigger is whispering to you like the Green Goblin mask. And Alex is like, he just couldn't bring himself to do it. He was like, I was like, all right, cool, man, you're friendly, it's fine. And he would walk away from that person. And either that person would come back later and kill him, or a new person would show up and immediately start shooting him. And he was just like, fuck, like he would get so mad. And so then if finally like the last, I don't know, maybe like 3 runs, Alex was like, all right, I'm shooting first and I'm asking questions later. And he killed one guy, and this dude was like mad at him. And Alex was like, hey man, look, I'm sorry, but this has happened to me like 5 times today. And I'm just not going to let it happen anymore. And the person was like, fuck you, you're a rat, blah, blah, blah. Like, had this whole thing. And Alex was like, whatever. And just knocked him out and moved on. I think one of the times that you got into a firefight with somebody, they killed you. And you just went, hey man, just a quick question.
Oh,
why?
Yeah, I did.
And the dude goes, hey, I'm just telling you, he's like, I'll just be honest with you, man, the reset happened. And so I wouldn't be friendly with people for at least a week.
And well, the funniest part about that is let me crawl around. So I was asking him, like, I was just like, why though? Like, why? And that's what he said. And he's like, yeah, so I wouldn't be friendly for like, and as he's saying this, I just see him go in the knockout animation. And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't talk to anybody for like a week. And I'm like, okay, and knocked out. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was frustrated. But like, yeah, I started going in for PvP. And then I had some like other weird moments too that got me. Like I was extracting in the elevator and somebody's like, I'm coming. And I was like, to Christian's point, I was like, I'm going to kill this guy as soon as they run in. But they ran in and I'm like, they're like, oh, thank you for waiting. I'm like, cool, I'm not going to worry about it. And then they just pulled on me for no, like, and so like I actually killed that person. And like dropped him, and before I could even do anything, a third person came running in and killed me. And the guy that I killed first is like, he's a rat. He shot me. But I'm like, I'm just like, I'm speechless. I'm like, you shot
mental warfare,
dude.
Mental warfare.
I know, it was so ridiculous. But yeah, so it's been fun. I had some moments yesterday, but my mentality is starting to change. Like I'm to the point in this game where I have so many like weapons and good things saved up that like, and I can craft so many things now. Like if I lose one, I'm just like, it is what it is, right? Like if I know I'm going to go get in fights, I'll take free loadouts, but like sometimes it is what it is. I don't get as mad as I used to. But we'll see. I will download Marathon. I have it up on the store page now. We'll download it and I will go into that with a completely different mentality. Starting from minute one.
Sure.
Then we'll see how it goes.
And you know, just as an ending note here, since we're all done here, but for all developers out there, if you're thinking about making a game, if you want an unlimited supply of money from at least one person, if you just make an FPS MMO, Alex will be there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm. That was
especially a sci-fi based one.
I mean, remember how much time I gave Destiny.
I know.
Like, and not just like...
Yes, but you...
We did give a lot, but Preston and I quit for a long time, and you were its only soldier, and then you had a... Yes, yeah.
But like, man, they had me so... I was doing all of those like little books you could do. I got the shirt and shit you could do, and like a hoodie. It just... I was in. So yeah, if you create that game sci-fi based, space based, like you got me. You got me. So now if I see another game pop up called like Copper Wire Extractor, I will set up an AI bot to review bomb that daily. just so you know. You will never be able to fight the amount of bots that I set up to overcome the real people saying it's good. So
oh my god.
So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We look forward we're gonna have a date night with Jake in the next day or so to play some games. I'm looking forward to that.
Tomorrow.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. We'll check in with you next week. Don't forget, later this week we have what part are we on? Part one of
Titanfall 2.
Of Titanfall 2. And don't forget to check in with Preston for Star Wars Sundays. Guys, I'm lost.
Yes.
Star Wars Sundays. Thank you. So thank you, everybody. And with that, Preston, you know what to do.
Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom. Or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.